What's up, witches? So, I thought today it would be fun to just do a cute, quick, casual show and tell of my altars. So, I wanted to start with my first one, which is my Freya altar. It sits here in the den, which is kind of like an addition on the back of my house where we spend most of our time, hang out with our kitties, watch TV, cuddle on the couch. So I thought this would be the perfect place to put my matron. I already had this shelf here. It's just a record player shelf, actually, is what I originally bought it for. And then last year, after our cat Kirby passed away, I had ended up like putting his ashes up here, which is in this box. This is Kirby, and then that's actually his predecessor, my childhood cat, Dusty. They ended up looking almost exactly alike, which I thought was an interesting coincidence. So I have him up here as well, and then most of this stuff on my altar is all things that I had laying around the house already for the most part. I think the only things that are new are the pillar candle, this rune candle, which I made, the Freya statue, which I bought like immediately after I decided to go like full Norse Pagan and chose her as my matron, and then the drawing of her that I did before I got the carving, because I wanted to have something up here. But yeah, this tray I got at Goodwill. The altar cloth, I can't remember where this is from. Either I came with some random box of things I got from my parents, or it's I think possibly something my dad brought back from the Ukraine when he was stationed over there. And then I have these little cat lights that I've put around it, and then usually when I go to actually like do an offering or any type of prayer or ritual to Freya, this is kind of my way of like closing the circle. Let's see if I can get the switch over here. I'll just flip the light on and turn the little cat lights on, and that's kind of my signal that, okay, like I'm starting my work or my ritual now. So this is my offering bowl. It actually started its life as a candle, and now that the candle that I bought on Etsy finally melted away, it came with like some crystals and stuff embedded in it. But I bought it because A, it was a Freya specific candle, and B, because I really love this little bronze dish that it came in, and knew that it would make the perfect little offering dish afterwards. This is just a sake cup from a sake cup that I had laying around, and this is what I put water, mead, any type of liquid offering in, and then this is going to be for like the food. And then this is my little incense burner that I just got online, so I'll burn my incense in there when I'm doing my offerings or my rituals. Incense is kind of, aside from like food and fruit and flowers, has been my like go-to offering for Freya and for Odin, just because it's so easy to pick up incense anywhere. You can tailor specific scents to, depending on if you're seeking something specific from your deity or what have you. I have a couple different ones that I rotate through with her. And then the crystals I've had for years. This is my giant quartz. I originally actually bought it to keep on my desk at work because I was dealing with a lot of like negative work environment, and so I was using that for grounding and just cleansing and general protection. So I need to start doing some more work with these crystals that I have, because I also have this nice amethyst orb that I purchased a few years back too, because I've always been very interested into crystals as a part of like healing work. and not just for like protection or magical rituals. So that's definitely something I will be exploring further. This is a little sachet that I made, and it has Kirby's fur in it that I collected, and then a little fake plant, and then I have some lucky cats that were given to me by people who brought them back from Japan, and just some costume jewelry, honestly, that I've picked up along the way. I don't know, I hoard trinkets and random objects, and I have never really known why, and now this is apparently what I've been saving all of this stuff for, because like I said, most of these are things that I've just had sitting around in my house. But I don't know, I figured Freya would be the type to like these kind of gaudy golden things. They don't have to be real, they just have to look nice. So that's my Freya altar. I've done some meditation here. It's kind of in like an awkward corner of the room. I need to maybe like do some rearranging so I can have some more space right in front of it. But so far, like it's almost as tall as me, so I usually am standing in front of it when I give my offerings or my incense. And then one thing that I usually like to do when I am burning incense is take almost from like the Shinto or Hindu practices where you use your hands to waft the smoke over you, so that you are giving this offering to the gods, and then you're using that sacred or ritual smoke to bless or purify yourself as well, which I really like the idea of. So next I will take you into the front room of my house and show you my Odin altar. Okay, so here is my Odin setup for the time being. This is just a coffee table that I got at Goodwill years ago and then refinished. But it's an interesting shape and kind of an awkward height for where I had it in the room, so it's kind of just been relegated to this corner. And we don't really use this room a lot. We're not in here very much because it's just like the front room of my house. Hi, Merlin. But I thought this would be just a good spot to have a nice little out-of-the-way working altar, since this is a bigger space and I can kneel in front of it. This is probably where I'll be doing most of my rituals or like spell work and more like witchcraft type things, just because it's more convenient. This cloth, I don't remember where I got. It says tarot on it, so I'm assuming it came with a tarot deck that I had somewhere along the way. Let me get you guys down here closer. And then I ordered these double drinking horns from Etsy because my personal practice is going to be giving offerings to Odin and Loki. I hadn't really intended to make Loki part of my practice, but as soon as I committed to Norse paganism, he definitely made his presence known to me and wanted his share of the attention. So, and really it's very fitting because they are blood brothers, and in the Norse myths and sagas, Odin vowed that a drink would never be poured for him without one also being poured for Loki, and that Loki would always be able to sit and drink with him, even after the death of Balder, and no matter what he did or how many insults he hurled at the Aesir and the other gods. Even still, Odin said, we have to let him sit and drink with us, guys, I promised. So, and I kind of joked on the Discord that it's also kind of like the people paying tribute to the Vikings, more of us, okay, we'll give you our money in gold, so you'll go away and leave us alone. I just feel like anytime I'm like stubbing my toe or I have some mishap, I was kind of like, damn it, Loki, that kind of thing. So I figure as long as I'm, working with Odin and giving offerings to Odin, I'm going to pour one out for Loki too, because I think Odin would find it fitting, and I think Loki will hopefully appreciate it and look a little bit more kindly on me. And then these are just 2 candles that I bought recently at Target because I was just looking for... I originally thought about having a black one and a white one, but I just thought gray or silver would be a fitting color for Odin. And then this is just another little incense dish that I bought. I think it's originally for burning little charcoal discs because I think tobacco or other types of herbs and things like that would make good offerings for them besides just incense. So I wanted something that I could use for those as well. And then there's a little cute pocket knife that I had laying around to act as sort of a little athame or what have you. Some little dice that I don't know, just seemed appropriate. I think anyone who is a fan of Matt from the Wheel of Time and knows of his associations with attributes of Odin in that series will appreciate maybe that little nod. And then here's a little leaf that I picked up on my nature hike this weekend that I thought he would like. I don't have any oak trees on my street, so I just thought that was nice to see a leaf that I could actually identify because I don't know a lot about plants. And I think Odin shares a lot of commonalities with druid priests and druid gods, so I could see him being associated with trees and oak trees. And then right now what I have here, I did originally have these in this little box. Back here there's a little carved box that was also a gift from my dad from the Ukraine, and it's a series of nesting boxes that I have in other places in my house, but this is just kind of on my Odin altar right now. I have little like keepsakes or crystals in there, and then my little Harry Potter wand. Shout out Harry Potter fans. But I took these out the other day, and because actually, ironically enough, Friday night I was kneeling and meditating at my Freya altar and, asking her for some things and some blessings, and she actually said, you know what, I'm gonna redirect you back to Odin on that matter. So for that specific issue, she, actually told me specifically what to do, and what type of ritual and offerings to do for him for what I wanted. And so she told me to take my Hagalaz crystal. I think this is aragonite, if I'm saying that correctly. And so as soon as I saw that and saw that it was in the shape of a rune, I had to pick that one up. And then she told me to take my 2 black stones, which were for, protection, repelling negativity, and to take these with me on my hike, to just kind of charge them with those natural energies, and then come back and place them back on the Odin altar, and ask for what I wanted. And then I also had this little key charm that I just had in my craft room for like jewelry making, and I don't know, I associate lock and key symbolism a lot with the gods in general, but I think Loki, Odin, and Freya specifically are associated a lot with key imagery, and I had ended up having an interesting dream the night before involving a key-shaped lock. Like, those little deadbolts that you have on a door, just little simple ones where you slide it. It was a dream where I was trying to lock a door with one of those locks, but the bolt was also shaped like a key, shaped like a key, kind of like that. So I took that and threw that one on there too, just because I thought it was poignant and fitting. So I have a feeling that this rune I might, or this crystal rune in the shape of a rune, if I don't just make it a regular part of my altar space, I might turn it into like a bracelet or something that I can wear, because usually it's kind of associated with destruction because it means hail, but I see it almost as you can use it as empowering for the opposite reasons, to protect you from those types of energies. So, I don't know, I just thought that was really cool to come across. And I had to add it to my collection. But, yeah, so those are my 2 altars. I'm working on an art piece, which will eventually act as kind of a backdrop to all of this. But that's going to take, it's like a massive wood burning piece, and it's going to take forever to finish. So in the meantime, I at least have this for right now, and I'm very happy with it. And I'm sure it will evolve and change with the seasons, or as I find new interesting trinkets to incorporate. But that's my little show and tell for now. I think I'm going to do another one soon with the couple tarot decks that I have, but let me know if you guys have any questions or want to know anything else about my altar spaces, or kind of what I'm trying to incorporate in terms of at least weekly practices, if not daily. But yeah, it's been fun. I don't know how to sign off on these. Okay. All right. Bye.